What's up, y'all? It's Divinely Blessed 222 back with another one. How are you all doing? I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Um, you know, amazing days off, whatever. Just whatever. I just hope you've been doing good. So I had a message, but as soon as I got on here, I just started, saying hi to y'all, checking the energy. And I feel like I don't really want to relate a message now, but I kind of do because I feel like there's an important message in what I have to say and what I thought, what I was just sitting here thinking, what just came across my mind. And why is it that humans are so afraid of struggle? Why is it that humans are so, just people, not everyone, but some, why are some people just so afraid of happening to work stuff out sometimes? Like, why is it that there are people? I mean, I get it, so it's not really a question why, because I know why, but I'm just like, I guess my question is, why do some of us allow things to stress us out that's really not that important? Because I look out into society, I look out into the world, which is my surroundings. So I should be looking because everyone should be well aware of their surroundings and looking around their surroundings, right? So I just look out into the world, and I mean, it doesn't show up so much in person. And when I say in person, like when I go outside, like it, it's it doesn't show up, but I guess so. It just comes from online because I guess I work a lot online, so I see a lot of things online and things like that. But what I'm noticing is the pattern that that normally, or maybe it's just what my algorithm shows me. And I try not to stay in the topics of social media where it's like real messy and real grimy and slimy and gritty, like the dramas. And I don't like all of that. Like, it's cool once in a while, like a little trash. Like, you know how like people, like back in the day, people really watch TV and how like the reality was like trash TV. That's how I see the drama section of the internet. It's just trash TV. I know it's real life stuff, but it's trash because it doesn't belong on the internet. It's trash because what do you gain from doing all of that? It's just trash, right? Um, Now people feel like, oh, I'm gonna get on the internet and make a bag for my drama, which okay, that's your business, but it gets exhausting to a point where like this is the same, like it's a pattern. Like I said, it's too many of the same stories, and it's for no reason. And we're allowing ourselves to be stressed and get into things that have nothing to do with us. And then also from these things, when we go down that hole of the internet, I think it also entraps people to where they start digging and looking, and then they start comparing their lives and comparing what they would do differently to these from these people and this and that, and it starts in real life, it starts gearing people up to try to be better than these internet people. And that's the thing, these are internet people. You don't know these folks. Why are you in competition with the people that you're watching on the screen here? I want to talk like I'm old so bad. I don't know why, but like why, you know? And then I look out into the world and I see that's when I see another pattern. This is where I see the in-person pattern. I see people stressing themselves out, trying to live like or trying to be like the ones that they see on those TV screens. Whether it's people that they look up to, or it's real life influencers, or it's real life celebrities trying to be influencers. Like, I think that's it's not dangerous, but it turns folks into a flock. Like, just a flock. Y'all know how y'all see on TV like a flock of sheep, and they're just every which way, but they're in a group. But it's like they're all doing one thing and they're waiting for the shepherd to tell them what to do, kind of thing. Like, that probably might be a bad example, because I'm trying to make sense, but also paint a picture at the same time so you can understand what I'm saying. Like, when I see this in person pattern, like, the people that this is for the people that are trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's a better thing, because I think everyone knows that, like, the play on keeping up with the Joneses, or keeping up with the Kardashians is a good one. I can think that's a more modern one, because how famous those women are and how everybody wants to be a Jenner or a Kardashian or something like that. So it's like keeping up with them, but it's like, and you're looking at those people, and you're like, bro, you're really stressed out over a lifestyle that even you possibly don't even want, you're not even interested in, but you're trying to keep it up because you don't want to feel left out. That is what it is. That's the in-person pattern, was watching people do things that they probably only like half-ass care about, but they're trying to keep it up because they don't want to be left out. They don't want to look like a sucker. They don't want to look like they're really struggling, because they really are. And it's all a facade. And that is the most stressful thing to keep going, is keeping up something that is not of you. That is why a lot of people walk around this earth pretending, or like you can look in their eyes or really just listen to them and see that, like, okay, well, what you're sending out is definitely the opposite of what you're, walking around here doing. But, some people are gentle and some people are hectic. I'm more on the gentle side of, when I see this in people, I just keep it pushing, because it's not my job. And I don't ever feel like it. I hope I don't ever feel like it's my job to point things out to people, but I just recognize things, and I'm just like, there is no reason for us to be stressing ourselves out over material things at all. If you do not have them at a moment in your life, you just don't have them. If you want them, then of course you know the things that you need to do in order to have them. But don't stress yourself out trying to keep up with someone that, for one, doesn't even know you, two, probably is in the same boat as you, or three, there's no three, it just doesn't matter. Like, and I don't want it to seem like I don't know, I'm not jealous, so I'm not even gonna say it's like, I'm not even gonna put that out there. Like, I'm not trying to get from jealous, because I'm not. I know how to, get my own stuff too, but I'm just like, I just want people to be happy and healthy, more healthy. I mean, happiness matters too, but how do you be happy if you're not healthy, right? So otherwise, we're just faking happiness. And we all know how to fake happiness, bro. Like, I'm sure we're all, that's everyone's number one skill, is faking happiness. But, when it's, whatever. But, um, I really think that if people just try, if they like a lot, just slow down, not stop. I was gonna say stop. I don't mean, I was gonna say stop, but I don't want people to stop being who they are, stop striving for what they want, no matter what it is, even if it is all material, superficial stuff. I just think that we gotta slow down. Um, and then also, as our world, our country is changing. I'm not gonna go into that because it's not, the time, but the country is definitely getting ready to change. It is going to change, and it may be for the good, it may be for the worse. I don't know, because I've I'm done keeping up. That shit is that's it is exhausting right now. So I don't keep up, but um yeah, I guess this message is just to tell people, stop stressing. There's no need to make it seem like you always got it together, because what happens when you really need to have it together and you can't get it together, if that makes sense. Like, situations. I try to teach my boys this because I have two boys, and it's just me raising them. So I don't even try to enlist roles. I don't do a whole masculine role and a feminine role. I just be me, bro. Because I know how to pull out both. And that's the thing about being a woman. You're told to only bring out the feminine side, but when we're half man, we have daddies. So oh, I'm going to pull out the masculine when needed. But I tell my boys that, I forgot what I was saying, damn, because I did have a good lesson to say, damn. Maybe it'll come back to me before this is over. But I just I don't be want people to stress and worry about stuff that really doesn't matter. There's a saying that goes something like, I'm just gonna paraphrase. Um, you don't stress over the things that you cannot control, mainly because what are you gonna do when the time comes for you to like have a little bit, like, okay, there it goes, that's what it is. What I tell my babies, it's kind of like a small thing big thing. And this is something that my oldest learned in ABA when he was small. He's a teen now, but I just still remember it because it made so much sense. Is that a little deal or a big deal? Are we going to give all of our energy to this little deal, or are we going to save our energy and then give it to this bigger deal that might come later? So it's kind of like um, another saying that I like is focus on the little things, because sometimes I'm paraphrasing again, because sometimes little things can be bigger than the big things. So what I try to teach my children is that it's okay to be upset, but if it's just a small thing, it's no need to get irate, just terribly upset, terribly mad. And I think that this is a good lesson for any single moms or just parents in general that's raising boys, because we all know that boys tend to have a little bit more aggression than girls, and we also know that it takes longer for boys to grasp things, and it literally takes them longer to grow. So building emotional intelligence, and this is just a side note, sorry, building emotional intelligence in boys at a young age is highly important. So like we all know that children have tantrums, but if you have a child that has just a little bit more expression in their tantrums, it's time to start working on emotional intelligence. So that's why I try to teach my children that, sometimes we're going to have things that is small, but it might be big to us. But that's where we have to learn how to manage it, because sometimes it is just not that serious. And then if we're in those big emotions over something little, then that's how we end up doing something idiotic and, getting in trouble for something so minor, right? Compared to something big happened and you're just sitting there and kind of, and I guess I'm just trying to, in a way, teach avoidance, pick your battles type thing. And that's what I'm trying to say in this message. I feel like I've rambled so much and jumped from topic to topic that it's hard to keep up. But I'm just like, save yourself some self by not stressing over every little thing. Like, that's why I'm glad that there are different ways to live life. So if one way is, it's just like a road. Okay, so you're driving, right? We're driving, boo, 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 boo. Detours are up because there's construction work, so now you got to take a detour. There's another way to go your way, but it might take a little bit longer, but there's another way. So that's what I'm saying, is people just want right now, now, gotta have, gotta have. And even if it costs them a leg, a arm, or their peace or their sanity, they gotta have that right now, whether that all that comes now or it comes later. And I'm just like, don't you want to step back, assess the situation, think about it, and see what's going to happen? Like, this is something that we also learn in school. If you didn't know, critical thinking skills, like, that's why we used to have those big word problems, or those big paragraph um, questions in like history or English, where it would have critical thinking skills, where it would like be a big old problem. And then like it would be just so much detail, but it made you have to sit and think and like really do brain work. Yeah. So that's the same as just that, I know that a lot of people be like, school didn't make any sense. It did, but I guess I think it really just, you had to have the right teachers. But we're not talking about school right now. It's just I want to be able to give people different perspective, different ideas on how to look at life instead of just one way. Because I think that's the thing is we tend to look at things just one way, maybe because it's easier. I get it. Um, I mean, you're talking to a person that thinks a million different ways, and so I think some people will call that neurodivergent. It is what it is, but I just want to be able to share what I see in the world that maybe others don't really see, or maybe they do and they just don't want to recognize it. Because, like I said, that's a lot. But also, what you're doing is a lot if you're just hyper focused on one thing. Is that called tunnel vision? I think that's tunnel vision. Yeah, you can't see anything else but what's in front of you, even if it's like bad or good for you. You can't see anything, so that means you can't even step out and then look to see if that thing is even good or not, right? So, yeah. Mm, well, that's all I had to say because I done turned this into a 16-minute video. I don't know. Don't nobody want to hear me talk for 16 minutes. I done ramble from everything to everything, but maybe I'll listen to it back and then, shorten it up. Um, put a long version and a short then put a short version out here. But that's what I had to say. So just be more kind to yourself. Um, take it easy on yourself and And if you still don't want to do that or can't do that because you haven't practiced it enough, I hope and pray that the universe, I hope that God sends you some type of way for you to be able to calm that down so you can um, be able to focus on other ways in different ways. Um, just so you can always keep peace because it is, you might not feel it. Okay, this is coming from a person that used to do this. So you might not feel it because you've probably done it for so long. And sometimes when we do stuff for so long, it just becomes so normal that we don't realize that we're doing it. But you gotta let some of that go because you probably do have a lot on you and you're not realizing it, which is why I bet you snap over the smallest things. And there's the conclusion. So yes, it all came together finally. It took 17 minutes, but it all finally came together. Yeah. So this is why we have to allow, even if it's so a small thing as someone cut you in a line or they stepped on your shoe or they bumped into, let that go. Because I know that people when you see people, or the perfect example, the little fry orders the little fast food orders that people begin, all that stuff, all the people that come in and it be copacetic, and then someone just come in and deranged. It's no need to escalate that person because that person's already escalated for something else. So they're taking this small thing that just happened about maybe there ain't no paper in the receipt, things they can't get no receipt. I mean, I don't know. That's probably a big thing. You probably need a receipt. Oh, so there wasn't no ketchup in the bag. Yeah, that's where we was at. And then like they just explode. It's not because of the ketchup wasn't in the bag. It's because something else happened leading up to the ketchup in the bag not being in the bag. So had that person had a little bit of emotional intelligence or support, they would just said, "Hey, ain't no ketchup in this bag, bro. Can I get some ketchup?" It shouldn't have been no run in there like you finna tear down the joint. It ain't no, type thing. So that right there is a clear cut sign that there's low emotional intelligence. When you see stuff like that, people spaz out over the smallest things. That's how you know a person is dealing with either a lot or there's like a in some form of their emotional intelligence part, because there's more than one piece to emotional intelligence, isn't there, or it's both. And then that also, if you're a person that is hyper vigilant and is aware, and you have your emotional intelligence intact, your emotions intact, and your well-being, your intuitiveness intact, and things like that, and you see that, you're going to know not to go up to that person and escalate anything. You're going to know to sit back and just stay peaceful. And then if anything arises, then that's when your fight or flight come in, right? And a lot of times when you are in the state of flipping your lid, which is AKA low emotional intelligence, you're going to spaz out. and it can get ugly. It can get sticky, right? So that is what I wanted to say. It's 20 minutes now. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave this video alone because I feel like I've said enough. So I hope you all have an amazing Sunday and a beautiful start to the new week. Ta ta.